Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to solve the lead code problem number 1437, which is check if all ones are at least length k place away. So it is a medium level simple, not medium, it's a very simple question to be very honest. And let's understand the question. So we are given a binary array here and a number of k, right? um and our task is to check whether like our task is to check whether every pair of ones in the array is separated by at least um, one at least like the k zeros. Okay, so in other words, the distance between the indices of any two consecutive ones must be strictly greater than or equals to k plus 1, meaning the gap between them should be at least k, right? So let us understand this with an example. So here we are given a num of array which is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 with k equals to 2. So notice that everyone is separated from the next by at least two zeros, right? At least two. So year 3 and year 2. And the distance between the first and second one is 3 position, as you can see. And that from the the other part is from the 2 position. So the answer is true, right? Because so here the answer is true because the distance between the first and second is 3 apart, and between the second and third is also more than 2, which is like more than 2 is like k should be 2 or more than 2. So it is a true example. Now if we are going to see the second question, here if you see there is a num 1 0 0 1 0 1. So one of the two ones are separated by two zeros and one is separated by one, which is again less than once, that is here it is less than 2, which is 1 0 is there. So here it is becoming false. So this way we have to do, I'll first write down the code and then I'll make you guys explain the code. See, the code is very easy to understand. Here we have written a class solution and public boolean k length apart we have done, integer array num and integer k has been taken. After that we will be writing a int previous one index is equals to minus k plus 1. After that for int current index equals to 0. After that current index is less than nums dot length, and current index, so here it's no should not be a curve. Just a second, this I have, and current index which is going to be incremented. After that we are going to write a if where nums of the current index is equals to 1 if current index minus previous one's index minus 1 is greater than k, is less than k, which is going to return us false. That means we have given a condition that if the current index is less the previous one's index, and which is again minus 1, which is less than k, then we will be returning false to it. If not, then previous one index is equals to current index, then we will return true. there should be no space. Okay, current index. After that we are going to return true. So here we will run our code. Both of our cases will be running definitely, because okay, there is one error. What's the error? What have I written wrong? Previous one's index, it should be 1. So yeah, both our cases are running perfectly. We'll submit the code. I've already did it. So now let us break down the logic behind the code. So the idea is to track the index of the previous one, right? So we encounter. So we initialize the index to a value far enough behind the, yeah, behind like the start specific minus k plus 1. So the first one we see will always be considered valid. Then we are iterating it through the array. Whenever we find a 1, as you can see, whenever we are going to find a 1 and the previous one, uh, we'll check the distance between this one and the previous one. So if the number of 0 between them is less than k, we immediately return the false value, and if that is always equals to or greater than the k value, we are going to return our true value. So this is what the code is basically written. So this code is clean and it runs in linear time and uses constant space. So it's a great example of how a simple tracking variable can solve a spacing or distance based program very efficiently. So if you have any doubt, you can comment down in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next code question. Bye.